We're going to do an ascension show today, and it's going to be very quick. Quickity, lickety, split, lickety, split. How's everybody doing? You've been thinking about your DNA. You've been thinking about light. You've been calling in the relationship with Source Creator. You've been doing all that good stuff. Getting your alignment ready. This is what we talk about on this show, because I know I'm going to be asked as soon as I start, as soon as the live chat gets opened. What are you talking about? What's going on? I don't understand. I don't understand what you're talking about. What are you doing? We're talking about consciousness. We're talking about our relationship with Source Creator and how the light with Source Creator affects all that we are, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and how our sacred geometry, the higher self and the lower self, are coming together in this beautiful sacred process and sacred journey called ascension. It's where we're activating the light body through our thoughts, words, and deeds and higher perspectives, and we're letting go of all low vibrational programs so we can activate our DNA. And when we activate our DNA, we activate more of who we are in all of the soul's journey of who we are, because we are everything that is a spiritual journey. And we want to understand our chakras and the information our chakras have within us, and the beautiful wisdom and guidance that is held within the beautiful books that I've written. Oh, I feel like Vanna White. Understanding the infinity and why that is, and all that we are manifesting within our new physical realities, right? So that's what we talk about. We talk about that on this show. We talk about consciousness and the divine relationship. I'm the only one that talks about it. It was a download I was given by Mother Mary. I was doing a divine feminine retreat for about 4 days. And Mother Mary gave me that download. So thank you, Mother Mary. And she's a part of the Christ Consciousness teachings. So she gave me that download. So I was really, really happy about that download. And there's the toroidal that I had the experience with. I talk about my first book, the toroidal that I was spinning in. That's the toroidal I was spinning in. And that's how we talk about, that's the micro macro of the universe. That's what the universe looks like. And we are micro macro of it. So the energy comes up and then comes down. So you really want to start, when we're clearing and cleansing our fields, that's what we're going to be doing. We're clearing and cleansing our fields. That's the fields we're talking about. When I talk about fields, that's what we're talking about. And so we're going to let's get going, right? Let's get going. I do have some new pictures I wanted to show you. See the toroidal? All the energies in the fields that we exist within. Greetings, greetings. We're going to talk about consciousness. We're going to talk about 5D consciousness, our connection with the earth. We're going to talk about clearing and cleansing our fields, and we're going to do an open channel. We're going to see what's coming in from the Divine Creator and all of the beings in our fields and all of the celestials that are with us. We're preparing for first contacts. That's why some of the energies do feel a little bit alien, as they're supposed to. Energies are supposed to feel alien. This is what my first book looks like, Fifth Dimensional Consciousness. This is a 3rd edition of my first book. That is my first book. I've written 3 about ascension. And so let's get going. Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Man, where are my notes? Where are my notes? So we've been doing a breaking of the systems and clearing out of all the old 3D systems and 3D structures, which is yay good. It needs to be broken out. We need to start anew. And so in that, taking the time every day to sit down and do your path work. Doing your path work means that you're intentional. We're going to talk about that today because it makes an effect on your core vibration of your intention and what you're manifesting in your life. So intention is working with all that you are as a multi-vibrational being. And I had a beautiful client session yesterday, and sometimes the questions that I get asked, I sometimes think that you know. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Holy Sweetheart. I love all of you. We're just going to focus on positive, loving comments in the live feed. We do a high vibrational class of information, and I don't have a full 2 hours today, so we're going to cut it a little bit short, just because there's a lot of people that want to get in the study room, and so I have to be respectful of their time as well. So we're going to talk about intention and how that affects your vibrational field. I honor and I accept positive, loving comments in the chat room. That's wonderful. And just keep them positive and light. I'm not going to be answering any questions. At the end of the class, I do about a half an hour of open channel, and that's when you can ask questions from your teams, you can ask questions from your higher self, and you can ask questions about anything. You know that I'll answer your questions that way. And if you also want a session, a healing session, anything like that, you can also I think I've got them on sale for 150 US. That's what a 90-minute session is. They're usually 250 US. I never adjust my prices, only one time a year, and it's through Christmas. And that's to help everybody create a new vibrational design, an elegant design of who they choose to be for the new year. So I only do that once a year. And so take advantage of it. It's going to be until January 15th. And you can do it through paypal.me/Joanna L. Ross. You can send your donations there. And on my YouTube page, I also have the address of my bank for those of the past people that we're not talking about anymore, that have been responsible for holding my life in suppression and all of the things that have been happening with my life, and the many horrible things that have gone on that I'm healing from and beyond. And it's all because of the things that I teach, the beautiful wisdoms that I teach from other realms and other timelines. I'm just going to go right into the channel. The Celestials are here. And so just open up your divine sacred hearts, please. And straighten your spine. Show the universe that you are important. And you're meant to be here, and you're meant to be on a path with those that love you and honor you and are here for your highest and your best. And that's how you know you're in connection with a soul union, a soul tribe, is because they really want the best for you. They're not really there to play games. They're not there to assist you in, playing any more of the karmic back and forth. They're there to show you a representation of a different way of thinking, a different way of being, slowing down, really getting off the treadmill of 3D. And they're there to really present these energies to you. Your soulmates aren't going to play a lot of games with you, and if that's what you like to play, then you're going to be still stuck in the karmic experiences. And where I've seen it right now, and just the energies from source, we all see it playing out in the collective. There's not going to be any more cycles of approaching those people that have been choosing and saying and stating that this is our intention, we're moving forward in ascension, I'm a light worker, this is my vocation. There's not going to be any more chances to keep hindering and bringing those of us down. There's not going to be any more chances to, come back and try and get back in our light, or try and make another chance to be with us in all of those situations. There's not going to be any more of those opportunities. The soulmates are here, and we've made ourselves, open to those that we're meant to be with in a co-creational, collaborational way. And we come forward with our art, we come forward with our gifts, we come forward with the crafting of what we've been and what we've gone through. And we're always getting up and doing it no matter what situation we're faced with in the 3D reality. Some of us homeless, some of us moving and transitioning out of relationships, some of us moving in out of really toxic family environments that have lied to us from the day we were born, shuffled us from here to here, and made sure that we've had handlers and people attacking us from day one, just so we never amount to anything. The wonderful family that is, and the shadow government that thinks that they have the right to continue to abuse those of us that are here to operate in higher standard and higher light, and then offer it to the collective, which is the part of the divine's plan. Knowing that those of us that have come forward, we have done our healing with great integration of our soul fragments. We understand that we've had many sojourns on the creative expression of all our dimensions. We've got 13 dimensions to traverse and navigate, so why get stuck in 3D? All of our journeys that we're here on, in the ultimate of all of our universe is 13 dimensions long, and we're only moving from 3 to 5D. The fourth dimension is really the emotional realm, where we do a lot of our healing. That's the emotional realm of purging and, recollecting ourselves and recombining ourselves, alchemizing ourselves, and then we get to choose again. We're all source. We've always been source. We are 13 dimensions of source. We are all source. Each and every one of us is source. Is a top-down look, and that's the side look. That's what we look like as energy, as electromagnetic fields. But we do our commitment to source creators that if we want to go through this ascension process and we want to recreate ourselves in eternal light, we want to allow ourselves that light body. If we do want to operate in that light body and activate our light body, we've committed to and agreeing to clearing 51% of our karma. So we have to take 51% of these experiences and we have to understand them, why we held them in discrimination, why we held them in judgment, why we held them in separation. Because it's essentially the lessons of Earth. Earth is the lessons of discrimination. It's the lessons of separation within the divine feminine masculine energies. Why do we feel what we feel? Why do we judge the way we judge? Why are our systems made the way they are? And when can we start creating new systems that are in alignment of a higher vibrational, higher order, that we're all accepting one another, we're all allowing each other the highest fairness of who we are, what we've been. We're not going to continue and the 3D systems are breaking because of its imbalances. It's been known to be in a red state because of the imbalances of our socioeconomic systems, our church and state systems. They've been highly, highly, highly out of balance. And so in this imbalance, it creates a lot of wounding. It creates a lot of underground dark web, black web, misabuse and absolute crime that people have been using, dark occult and many of the secret societies that have been operating for, thousands of years. But now we're moving into higher light order, and the light will just not allow any of these, smaller cults and covens to operate in basic human abuse. What we found out after the uncovering of all of many situations here on Earth, many situations of us that have survived. I'm one of the ones that have survived the trafficking and the human hunting program. It is an essential program that the elite and the elite at the very top, the shadow government, have been hiring, and they have names and they have background information on those of us that have had certain advances and certain enhancements within who we are, within our DNA. Source's word for me is an ultra-human. That's the word that Source gave. That's the DNA that I've come with. That is the program and that is the contract that I chose coming into this planet based on the other timelines, based on my other Earth lifetimes, based on my gifts, skills, and talents, based on what I'm here to teach, based on what I'm here to lead. Source's name for me in this particular timeline that the government absolutely knows is an ultra-human. And the ultra-human means that I get to use my gifts and skills and talents to take humanity into another frequency of co-creation and evolution, which humanity's been stuck within for about 5,000 years. So we're meant to move up our understanding of who we are as the source creator in the image of, take ourselves up a whole bunch as to, our changing and our altering our beliefs about God, about source creator, who we truly are as light, magnificent light of the Metatronic light systems, and allowing ourselves to transcend all that has been in 3D. And of course, it's all free will. This is not a must. This is not a have to. These are things that are these are things that are truths. These are quantum truths of source creator. These are quantum truths of our creational reality. These are quantum truths about who you truly are, what you truly exist within, and what truly exists within you. And we've been seeing that through my storytelling and through my offering of my ascension path work since the last 17 or 18 years, there is now the coming back through karmic interplay. So karma is now being fired back at those people that have been doing spell work and hexes and curses and doing the manipulation from these top-down secret society dark experiences, and paying the cults and covens and the witches and the warlocks to sway and alter and enforce certain outcomes that benefit the ones at the top and that benefit the ones that are paying the middleman, if you will. So what we're going to be doing in 3D Earth and 5D Earth is aligning with our sacred trinity, which is the heavens, the collective, and Gaia. Everybody has that blueprint. Everybody has those contracts with the heavens and Gaia and our collective. And in that, there's no middleman. So we're going to be releasing a lot and allowing as much money as possible and as much abundance as possible to go directly to all the people and go back to the systems that we're manifesting, new systems of, and filtering a lot that doesn't need to be filtered in a 3D system of lots of third parties and lots of this and lots of that, and then there's corruption. All of our systems right now are corrupt. Churches are corrupt. Hospitals are corrupt. People that have been finding any way to do harvest organs, harvest children, harvest light, harvest the life force. They're harvesting everything and anything. And the hospitals are having the corruption, these dark cults, satanic rituals that they're not really understanding spiritual order. They're not understanding spiritual law. Most of those that are in these secret cults and covens, many of them that are quite disturbing, sadistic and masochistic ones, that they're actually given tasks to harm and hurt and bring people to suffering and torment for them to even be let in a cult, which is quite disturbing. And these are the ones that some of them have been the ones that have been attacking me and stalking me and harassing me. And so those are the ones that you see sometimes that are on the line here. They get paid to abuse. They get paid to target and poke. It's part of the systematic abuse program. It's part of the pulling apart physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually. They get paid to interfere and sabotage in these areas of being multidimensional because their intention is to take the God out of you. Their intention is to take that sense of self out of you, to disrupt and construct that so that they break you. And many of them have said that. And those that have been interviewed by police and various investigators, their intentions are and their agendas are to break you. They're to break you in your belief systems. They're to break you in your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual and sexual. And then they provide many different programs of attack, like MK Ultra, various mind projections and mind scraping. It's very abusive. Some of these have gone back to the Illuminati of various ways that they thought that we had to break the human and then initiate them into certain programs so that they could become elite. And it's wrong. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. Because the DNA that we're all born within now is we're such hybridized species. The Illuminati that thought of these things and took some of these energies of initiations and rituals out of the ancient Egyptian times, of the dark practices, of our temple practices in Egypt. But that was like thousands and thousands of years ago, and they didn't account for because it's just dark. They're not intelligent. The Illuminati underground practices of thinking that they're elite and thinking they do these things to stay elite and think that they do these things to keep a refined race, if you will. And these were the intentions of why the Illuminati and why all the underground elites had done these things and becoming ever more and ever more corrupt. Because it inspired and it ignited a lot of incest. Many of the Illuminati families, the elite families that claim themselves to be so elite and important and powerful, a lot of them do incite the practice of incest and raping of their own family. Many of them have had many issues about in farming and in growing their own children with their children, which is not okay. All of these things that they have done, they've taken a few little bits and pieces from the ancient Egyptian rituals to sustain, and they thought that they were sustaining or maintaining an elite race. The blue bloods, for instance. But the practices that they have been doing, they don't have any understanding of higher spiritual order, for one thing. They don't have any understanding nor connection with God's divine plan for every human that has a divine soul blueprint. Every divine soul blueprint has absolute connection with every timeline you've been on, every realm you've been on, every body you've had, all the themes you're working on for the soul's progression. I mean, it's a higher order, right? But earthly is a 3D, low vibrational experience, and they've even made it lower and lower and lower with the practices that they've been doing by the abuse of the dark occult, by the abuse of the rituals, by the abuse of calling in all of the satanic hate groups, which is what they've done because they've had to use more power. They've had to use more resources. They've had to use more control and domination tactics because the generations are becoming more and more light. The DNA that we come with are more and more light. We're not bowing and we're not breaking ourselves, and we're not going to bow to lesser because that we're going through these rituals and saying that we're going to give our power away because we want to be important for a few minutes. No. All of those things in the underground entertainment, anything that's in the collective that says we're going to go through a ritual so you can match with us in our importance is absolutely false and unreal. It's untrue. It's false. Don't ever give your power away to somebody outside of you or do a ritual to somebody outside of you that says, I want to belong to your special thing, when the highest order is you and source. And that's where the mistake was. Way back when these rituals and little sadistic underground basement things started in these secret cults and societies. They did it with their perspective that they was going to make them more powerful and elite, but it really didn't. Because through time, it's only going to go in one way, and that's entropy. Because anytime you give something outside of yourself, as opposed to becoming it within and owning it within and being source creator within, which is all that we have ever been. We've always been source. We've always been light. Our divine relationship is everything to who we are as creational beings of Holy Christ, and it has nothing to do with religion. It's who we are as activating our light through our DNA, activating our light through our chakras. Our chakras hold multidimensional information. Our chakras hold wisdoms from all 13 dimensions. Our chakras hold multidimensional aspects of our divine feminine, our divine masculine energies. Our chakras hold celestial and alien. Our chakras hold human and shamanic, our celestial energies. Our chakras hold everything. We don't need to go anywhere outside of us to know that we're going to come forward and we're going to intend and we're going to bring forward the manifestation of our divine focus of who we are as light. We're the sandwich of light. We're the sandwich of Mother, Father. And with all of the information in our chakras, multidimensional light, multidimensional knowing, multidimensional downloads, multidimensional packages, our Christed light that gets activated through our light body, our chakras, our blood, our DNA, our fields of multidimensional magnetics, our emotional, mental, and emotional causal field, all of these things equal to that. You never need to give anything outside of you to think that you're going to receive something and be special. We're going back to the core thing. Why people do sacrifices and rituals and do anything outside, whether it's a secret society, it's a Mason or warped witch or whatever it might be, it doesn't matter what the name is. And I always say that it doesn't matter what the name is, whether it's a bank, whether it's a Mason group, whether it's a secret girls group, it doesn't matter what it's called. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it's called. Doesn't matter how high fancy and highfalutin it might be and how much money you paid to get in there. They're all illusions and it's all incorrect. It's all wrong information. They've been feeding you information about how you can be something and how you can level up to something by giving your power away, by doing rituals with people and beings that are not necessary, that have nothing to do and no order of God and no order of Source Creator. It's okay, Kluda, if you let some of those comments in that are positive. It's okay that you let some of those in and that they have their voice. That's wonderful if you let some of those in. It's not okay the ones that are hateful and talk about hateful things. Those are the ones that we want to make sure they're deleted. If they're positive, loving comments, then you can allow those through. Thank you. Hello from India. Our prayers go out to Sri Lanka. And so we want to understand that the misguidance on the planet, we're gonna go right back down to the core, right? We want to go right to the core. 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 All of humanity on Earth is going to realize that any focus outwards is from within. It's who you have been within. It's what you've been taught and told from within. It's just a holographic reality. It's your holographic experience where you're going to say, okay, what am I experiencing? What am I manifesting for myself? Because this is showing up in my life. Where's my vibration at? Where's my core vibration at? I'm manifesting this in front of me. Everything is your karma coming back to you now. Your energy, what you put out is now coming back. What you put out is now coming back. Who are you? So if you're not working on this, who are you? If you're not working on the heart space, if you're not working on your chakras, you don't know who you are, you don't care who you are, you don't have a sense of self. If you're looking for a sense of self, but you want to go, maybe these people in this group over there might have a sense of self. They said that I might be special. They said I might be a priestess. They said I might be this, I might be that. So you go offer to these people thinking that they've got answers for you, but they really don't. They're just there to lure you into their group because they feed off of your life force. And they're going to give you certain rituals and certain things you have to do to belong to them. You belong to Source Creator. You belong to all that is. There is no greater garden. And that's what I've said from day one. Nobody has initiated me in any way. They think they have because they've done all these rituals on my name and on my conscience. They haven't initiated me in anything. I haven't been initiated by anybody, for anything on earth. I don't do 3D initiations. 3D initiations are not my thing. 3D initiations are for humanity to feel like they belong to humanity. But we're all human. We all come in human encasings, divine feminine, divine masculine. We're all here to work on our divine feminine, divine masculine energies, no matter what body encasing we come in. We're going to go up to higher intelligence. All creation is Source Creator. All creation, whether it's Satan, Lucifer, the deities you call upon in the low vibrational cults and covens and the ones that they dance on graves for and the names that they're calling out to give them power and to give them this and to give them that. It's all illusory. They're all very low vibrational games that they play because they believe in their mind, they've been told that if you go outside to a deity, it's going to give you something. It's never going to give you anything because the karma will always have to come back. You will always have to pay. You will always have to pay what you think you're taking from another. Because you have everything within you. You don't need to take from another. You don't need the deities. You don't need anything outside of you. You're only supposed to call on those deities when you're moving into your shamanic and when you're moving into your mastery timelines. And you're working with them to master your own magicianship and your own priestess. You know, you're becoming a priest in the priesthood. These are things and these are gifts and skills that you work with through your higher self and through your mentors that are higher magicians as well. But how it's been run on earth, everything is corrupt. The warlocks and the witches are just all corrupt. They don't have any status of working in higher order spiritual law. They never check in with their higher self. Most of them don't, and most of them have taken themselves out because they've had so much karma backfire that they've had their karma come back to them, and they can't survive what magic they've sent out. So many of these people that have been doing these dark occult things are now moving themselves out of their own reality, which we said a long time ago. These box store beliefs, the wrong religious beliefs, and the low vibrational misguided spiritual beliefs, all of these things, because it's such low vibrational beliefs, they've been thought up and they've been mashed together by things that by little bits and pieces, but it's not true spiritual order. It's very corrupt, it's very dark, it's very selfish, it's very greedy. Because that's the intention. The intention they use energy with, and that's what we talk about in this class. It doesn't matter what your box store beliefs are. It doesn't matter. You can be whatever religion, and you can come to this class and I will teach you. Whatever intention you are is going to be what you will receive. Point blank, period. That is your creational reality. And there are spiritual orders, there are universal laws that we now have to abide by. And your guides and your ancestors are not going to allow you to continually abuse people because you want to enforce your outcome. You cannot enforce your outcome. You cannot force manifest somebody to be in your life. It goes against every spiritual law. You cannot enforce anybody to be in your life. And why we've said, those that have been doing and spending so much time and so much attention on trying to find a soulmate and all this outer energy, go within and start working on yourself, because you're not going to manifest a soulmate if you don't even know who you are and you don't love who you are and you're not answering those 3 questions every day and you're not working on that inner self. You'll never manifest a higher order soulmate if you're not doing the work. You just won't. Source and your team and your guide will not bring you a higher order soulmate. They won't. You're going to be in karma. Karmic soulmates, karmic relationships, karma, because you choose to behave karmically. And what is karmically? It's when you choose your beliefs and choose your perspectives on the negative side, where you're giving your power away. You're saying, I got to do rituals with other people. They know who I am. They think I'm important. They're giving me a sense of self. They're doing this. These are all karmic energies. Sovereignty is where we want to be. And this is why all the systems are breaking, so we can make a new and higher order spiritual law that is actually spiritual truth. There's actually spiritual energy, spiritual codes, spiritual vibration, spiritual order, nyaya. And those of us with the sound, and those of us with order, and those of us with information, we come forward and we speak, and we come forward and we offer it to the all, because these are truths with vibration. Vibrational truth is real. How you are with yourself, your passions to offer within yourself, it's all real. It's real energy. It's genuine. It's authentic. Nobody can sway you into their story. That's how you know you're authentically real. Because it doesn't matter how anybody comes at you. No, this is who I am. I don't need to be initiated by anybody out there to say I'm going to be a great singer. No, I'm already a great singer. And if they come to me, they do. If they don't, they don't. I'm not going to go into your false profited realm of saying I've got to be initiated by this one person over in there in the dark in the the black underground corner to say, oh, we're going to pay her $10,000. You go through initiation with her and then she's going to make you all famous and stuff. No, I'm not giving my power to that. I'm not giving my power to that. No, I'm going to offer who I am, period. My jurisdiction is with Source, and Source will make sure anybody that wants to hear me will come and hear me. They will be on my platform. They will be before me. That is the perfection of Source. You don't need anybody or anything outside of you to make sure you're getting somewhere and you're going to do. No, Source is. Surrender everything to Source. All you need is your divine relationship. This is what Jesus spoke of. Jesus spoke of the quantum, multidimensional, divine relationship. That's called alignment. When you're focusing and you're intending and you're directing all that you are with your connection and your relationship with Spirit. All you need is Spirit. All you need is Spirit. You don't need anything outside of you. So really heed and discern those people that say, and sometimes in the headings of these videos are like, God in the heavens are going to be mad if you don't open this. God in the heavens are going to be mad if you don't do this. And God in the heavens are going to be mad if you don't. No, those are old church ways of tapping into your guilt and your shame energy. So don't log on to those. Don't log on to videos that make you feel bad about not signing on to watch their video. Don't go on to any videos that say God is going to get mad at you and God's going to cry if you don't open this. God's going to do this and no, God's not going to cry. God is an eternal, God's source creator. If you miss it, you miss it. That's your karma. It's up to you to be accountable for you. So don't buy into anything that's on videos that say God's going to cry and be upset and God's going to be so mad at you and Archangel Michael's going to be so mad at you and blah, 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 blah. No, they're trying to get into your guilt and your shame. They want you to keep buying back into guilt and shame. That's the old dogmatic systems. That's the old church and state. And that's why church and state is falling. Because we're divine beings. You don't treat divine beings like that. You don't blatantly guilt and shame divine beings. That's how you know the intention of these energies. So again, discern church and state. Discern where their energy is. Discern where their intention is. What is their intention? Their intention is to get you to buy back into their system. No, I don't need that. I am divine. My jurisdiction is God. God is lifting me. This is my garden. And I've been initiated. I did my work. But they want you to just go back to they want you to go back into their things so they can break you. That's the intention, to stay controlled, to stay fear, to stay low vibrational, to stay that you don't have any possibilities or potentials, and it's constant degradation of the spirit itself, of the infinite self, of the divine majesty self. No, I'm a divine healer. I'm a divine anything I want to be. I'm divine whatever I want to be. I can be divine in whatever I want to be. I'm sacred. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. You're not going to put me in a box. You're not going to put me in a box. You're not going to put me in a box. You're not going to put me in a box. But they ache to put you in a box. They just want to put you in a box. They just want to define you. They say, what category can we put them in? What kind of abuse system are we going to put them in? Because this is how we're going to define them. This is how we're going to define them. So this is what kind of control and domination energies we're going to send them. That's exactly what they do. That's the human hunting program. The government and the shadow government knows who's got the inheritance, whose are the people that were brought here for the Divine Father and the Divine Father's plan, who are the ones that have been masters and ancient beings from many, many timelines, and I'm one of them, and they knew right from the day I was born. Then they set up all these people, these handlers, the middlemen. The middlemen, they just love being a middleman because that's where all the business is made. That's where all the money is made. It's the middlemen. It's the handlers, it's the witches, it's the warlocks, it's the masons, it's the this, it's the that, it's the this, it's that, it's this, it's that. But there's so many of them that they're in every system and every business, and they're in every side corner, and they're in every church and state. They're all over the place. And when all the information comes out from my case study, there is going to be so many people that will be shown in every part of the systems that had been touched: banking, legal, judicial, insurance, funeral, policing, investigative. Everybody has been absolutely corrupt. Every person that has touched my case since the day I was born, they have been corrupt. They're bled through every system. There's beings that wanted to clone my energy. There's beings that had all of these wonderful, glorious scientific plans for my body, for my organs, because they had intended to take me. They intended to take me and then dissect me, take my blood, clone me. They had all of these plans for me. They didn't, again, they're so low vibration, they're just disconnected. It's just demonic, disconnected, low vibrational, low intelligence, low everything. It's low everything because, again, you can tell there's no spiritual order, there's no spiritual knowledge, there's no spiritual wisdom. They didn't think God was real. They didn't think God had a plan for anybody. This is how disconnected they are. And these are the ones even in church and state. They don't have no clue about God. Well, until they came into me, until they started doing their agendas against me, until they do their human hunting against me, until they do their sacrificing against me, until they do their hexes and their curses against me, then everything flips and changes because I'm the wild card. I knew I was. It's just the way it is. I go through things no other human will go through. I get it. I survived it. I'm going to talk about it. It's my birthright. I am the queen of this realm as far as what I've been through. I'm the queen of this realm as far as divine feminine being integrated fully. I'm the divine feminine of this realm that has the highest powers spiritually. I am the highest ranked spiritual being, divine feminine, and I'm going to honor it because I've earned it. I shouldn't be here. And I'm going to talk about the beings and the species and the experiences and the agendas and the wrong information and the misguidance and the human wounding that is unnecessary. It can all be healed. The human hunting program is very real. There are people that watch you. There are people that study you. There are people that know what your gifts and skills and talents are. And there are people that try and sway you into those programs of breaking fear and domination so that they can use you. And they can use you however they want. There are programs called, these are Source's words, not mine. These are Source's words. Source knows that the government, the shadow government, was using mind scraping. These are programs that were used by the government and military, and they were called mind scraping. And they would break mentally, and they would do certain agendas and certain intentions to mind scrape those that they wanted to pull their light from. Lure children into trafficking, lure children into confusing experiences about who they were sexually. They do these things. They do mind projections. They do mind manipulation. My ex was an expert in manipulation. And now his life is a mess because, as he was told 8 years ago, keep doing what you're doing and you're going to get karma. Keep doing what you're doing and you're going to have all your black magic come back at you. Keep doing what you're doing and your karma is going to come back at you. You cannot work in satanic living and then expect you're going to get a blessing. You just can't. You can't run secret cults and secret covens and do witch and warlock work on everybody in your family so you can get an insurance payout and then think you're going to get a blessing from God and you're going to be moved up in God's ladder. You're not. Some of the people from church and state that were paying YouTube to silence me were church and state. How is that okay? I'm actually the closest being to God. I would outrobe them. Why do you think God had me stand before them and them stand before me? Because there's no truth in them and they're corrupt, and I will call it on them. That's my job. That's my role. Anubis will call them. I don't speak about religion. This is not a religion. We're talking about source creator, quantum light. We're talking about who we are as consciousness. We are consciousness beings of divine light. Religion is not 5D. I've never talked about religion. I don't have a religion. I'm not a religion. 5D is unity consciousness. It's all about consciousness. 5D, there will be no religions. This is what we've been saying if you've listened to any of my shows. Move yourself out of the box store beliefs. If you're going into a mall and there's 350 stores, every one of those stores is a different religion. It's a different practice. They put on different clothes. They have different energy, different vibrations. They have different performas. They have different things you do, different things you say. They have a different energy in every store. That's just one concept of God. Source creator is all creation. Source creator is all creation. Right up to the 13th dimension. There's no religion in the 13th dimension. There's no religion. There's no religion, people. It's higher intelligent. It sounds so silly to even talk about it. It's okay that you go to the box stores and try whatever you want to try. Try praying in different ways and try saying different things. It sounds so silly to talk about it. It's just so silly. And these church and state people. Sorry, Divine. I'm so sorry, Spirit. I'm so sorry. So funny. So funny. These people think that they can pay people, and they did. There's thousands of people being paid every day to attack people because of what they believe. It's insane. And then they want to run them through this human machine program, this human hunting machine. It's all like Epstein energy. It's so horrible. It's horrible. And these people, it's like a rat race. It's like scurrying, these little dark energies scurrying all over the place. Who's going to pay who? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Okay, first I'm not going to initiate with you. You're a little crazy. I'm not going to give you nothing. I'm not bowing to you. Never bow to lesser. That was one of the first things God told me, never bow to lesser. You're going to be tested, and what will be tested is your mental capabilities. Because your mental capabilities can allow you to go right to the higher self, and the higher self is that divine relationship, and nobody can break it. Nobody's going to force you to go to their club or their coven or whatever the crap they want you to join. No, I don't want to join anything. I said right from day one, there's people trying to fight for me to be in their coven. I don't want to be in your coven, people. I don't want to be in your coven. I've said it from day one. I don't want to be in your coven. I don't want to be your coven. I belong to the all. All. I don't want to be anybody's coven. I didn't invite anybody into there's no invitations I put out. I've never put an invitation out. Can I please be in somebody's coven? Can I please do the dirty work and the dark minion work for you? Can I please do magic for you to make you look better and bigger? Can I please be the eyes and the ears of your cult and your coven and your business so that I make you more money and I get treated like shit? No, that's been 50 years of my life. People thought and they used and abused me until there was nothing left to use, and they ran cities off of my light. No, you're not harvesting off me anymore. I don't want to join your little cults and covens. It's no judgment on any of you. But you've been proven day after day after day after day. Your beliefs are going to be your demise. And it's proven to you daily. I bring it forward, but you keep doing what you're doing. And it's daily, 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 daily. So at what point do I get my right to talk about my divine relationship, which is how we heal, which is how we activate the DNA, which is how we become all that we are within the universe and go up the Jacob's ladder. These are truths. They're truths. Don't go into any initiation with anybody. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you give your power away to say, I want to be initiated by you? So what are you? What do you initiate me in? Do you ask? What are you ranked as? Do you do your teachings with Archangel Michael? Do you do your teaching with the Lord Sananda? Do you do your teaching with Christ consciousness? So who are you? What's your ranking? Oh, I'm a 33rd degree, 33rd degree. Well, I don't know. It's been in my family forever. And we just talk about it when we gather around the table and we do spells on people and we take people out, It's been in our family and we just keep it in the family. Okay, well, it's illegal and it's corrupt as fuck and it's against all human rights and I'm going to start to call you out. It doesn't matter what you've been doing in your family forever. It's illegal. Incest is illegal. Family rape is illegal. Hiding children that are in your harem and you're not calling for it on your taxes, that's illegal. It's called perjury. Going into court and forcing an outline and forcing an outcome on your selfish deeds because you don't want to be found out for what you have done criminally and you're targeting an innocent divine healer that lives on the street due to your black magic practices that you're gathering in groups and groups and groups and you're piling groups and groups on this one divine healer so that you can take her out and sacrifice her so you can get your little booking money back from your underground black market booking business. Because this is what this is. These are fake, false people, fake, false businesses, fake, false corruption in every area of our social economic systems, and it's now falling and breaking because these people are being seen. I'm going to call you out. And the women that run these houses and the women that run these churches, they absolutely know what's going on and they're not doing anything about it. I'm calling the women out. You know what's going on in your church. You know what's going on in your home, and you're not doing anything about it. If you know that your partner is sleeping with 8 different people and they're carrying around diseases, which we said, Source gave me a number. You're going to see your STDs and your diseases go up 40% in your city because you're not being responsible. It's low vibration. You have no sense of self. You're sharing your life force willy-nilly. Your intention that you share your life force with, your intention, whatever that energy is, whatever that intention is, whatever that magic is, whatever that spell is, whatever that hex is, why you do what you do will determine where you end up. Why you do what you do is your core vibration. Why you do what you do is your reality. Why you do what you do is your core vibration. Why you do what you do is your core health or not. It is just quantum. It's quantum. This equals this. What you do is coming back. What you got coming back. What you got coming back. What you got coming back. And then what? Okay, so you put a whole bunch of hate. You were told and you were paid to hate, and you were told to pay to be all these satanic rituals people. Well, you know that God is also the guide of Satan and Lucifer. If God says enough is enough, you can't keep attacking this person. They've learned their lesson. They've put up their shields. They've put up their protection. They've said no. They've gone to court. They've done these things. They've done their part about saying, no, I'm a sovereign being. You don't get to touch me. I'm a sovereign being. My energy is my energy. I'm a sovereign being. You can't ruin my life. I'm a sovereign being. You can't touch my energy. I'm a sovereign being. You can't sabotage my work. I'm a sovereign being. You can't pay people to take me out. This is what's been done in my life for 50 years. 200 people being involved in it. I said no 8 billion times. And they're still trying to plot and plan, still trying to come back. Why? Because there's a fight on right now. There's a spiritual war on for energy and life force. And are you going to go down that path and be initiated by people that don't give a crap about you? They just want your body parts. They want your organs to harvest. They want your blood. They want your DNA. And they're going to put this with these strange little scientists that never come out of their labs. And they're paid by Epstein-like agendas. And they're paid by MK Ultra-like agendas. And they're paid by low vibrational type of government agendas that they're going to see how far that they can take humanity to demonize certain people, to weaponize certain people. And they've done it. They have weaponized certain people. Certain people in the cults and covens that they have done MK Ultra on, that they have done mind scraping on, they have weaponized these people because now they're in their demon stage and they cannot stand to be out of my energy. They cannot stand to be away from my energy. And the other people that they have conjured and ritualized in their sex orgies, because this is what they do, I give you all of the truth. When you join a sex cult and you do sex orgies and you're focusing on other people's consciousnesses, how you intend your life force in the pushing and the shoving. I mean, let's be real here. The pushing and the shoving of what goes on in a sex orgy. And all of these things they think they're doing to raise their energy and get this and get that. Okay, well, in the intention of it, you're doing it with somebody that you've told not to. You've been told to do it with somebody on that is a very sacred ancient being, of a very angelic being, and you've been told not to, and you're all going to get diseases. Because you're intending something that you were told a billion times not to. There is spiritual order. There is spiritual law. There are spiritual lessons. There are spiritual rules. There are spiritual order. I am it. I am the spiritual higher order. What's been going on in the collective is nothing but corrupt, bullying, intimidating, egregious, horrible, arrogant, misogynistic, sadistic, masochistic energies. It's demonic. It's demonic. And they have managed to demonize and weaponize human beings. So the government, the shadow government, you must be very proud. I'm calling you out on it. The shadow government, you're going to get called. Source Creator had given you years to make right on what I had asked for. I had asked for my birth documents, and I'd asked for the inheritance money you owed me when I was in my 20s. But instead, you paid groups of minions, you paid groups of people to do hexes and curses and sabotage my life and sacrifice me over 60 times. And sell me to the black market and to the black web, to all these different cults and covens, and get these people to get their bookies all out of sorts. And now everybody's after everybody. Why? Because as I told you a long time ago, your black web is going to come down. And none of you are ranked, none of you, from the top of the government all the way down to the little black minions that you've been hiring to take me out. Because whatever you intend with your life force is what you're going to get in disease and backwards. If you do black magic, it's coming back to you. If you conjure death and harm to somebody, it's going to come back to you. If you intend with your life force and you're doing your sexual orgies on other people with your body parts, and you're sharing things, body parts, and you're intending other people's energy so that you can get your high and you can get your harvesting energy, you're going to get karma times 10, times 10, times 10. And while you're all walking around with diseases. The people that are doing sex orgies and cult orgies and sharing your life force and sharing your partners and having your little harems that you think are okay. Your polyamorous harems, and you're all sharing each other. And as we said in our videos before, it's okay if you want to be poly, but most of you are not aligned. Most of you have no sense of self. Most of you are not doing the healing, and most of you are just sharing your parts willy-nilly back and forth. If one person that you share your body parts with, if one person you share your life force with has an entity attached, you're going to get that entity. You understand that, right? When you share your life force, you take on everything that that person shares with, no matter how many people they share with. And these people from Calgary were actually running an escort service. So how many people are infected? How many people in Calgary will be seen as to be infected? I bet the stats in Calgary, I bet you any money, because the part of the people in Calgary, the officials were all corrupt and the officials all knew about it, and the officials did anything. They didn't do anything. So how much you want to bet that the officials are going to hide some of those numbers? I want an investigation in on Calgary. I want an investigation in on Calgary and the STDs and the rates of the STDs, and I want to make sure the officials are not going to get. I want to make sure the reports are not going to go to any of those officials that were also unjust, because they're going to hide some of those numbers, and they shouldn't hide the numbers. They should go to the people. But you see, this is what happened, and I said this a long time ago. When the police and when the officials choose not to do the investigation, if they choose not to have higher order and due diligence and due process, which is their job, that's what they're paid for, that's why they put their hand on the Bible. They took oaths for justice and higher service and higher order to protect human rights and the constitutional rights. And none of them have, because I haven't seen anybody come to me with any part of justice. They're still trying to attack me. I still have stalkers in the parking lot. Not one penny has been returned to me. And I'm sleeping on the street, and I'm the one with truth. I'm the one with the healing systems. I'm the one with the healing systems. Is anybody paying me? Anybody? No, you're just trying to distract me and keep me busy. But you're not, because you're not going to force me into your narrative. You never will, you never have, and you never ever will. You never ever ever in 100 billion effing evers. You never ever 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 will sway me into your narrative. I will never be a part of your story. Ever. Ever, ever. I will never be boxed in. I will never be defined. I will never be what you want me to be. I'm going to be free. I'm going to be me. So back off, get your own sandwich. You've been told a billion times, this is my garden. This is my reign. R-E-I-G-N. Reign. This is my time. Because the corruption on this planet is absolutely stench. It stinks. Because all anybody was really doing is searching for a sense of self, but you can't get that outside of you. And we teach that every time. And this is what the Lord, and this is what Jesus, and this is what God, and this is what all the masters say. Know thyself. Because if you know thyself, you don't got to go outside of thyself to know who you are about thyself. All you got to do is, who are you? Well, I'm this magnificent being. I got many skills and gifts and talents. And every time I heal myself and every time I focus on myself, I get more gifts and skills and talents. Sure, it's okay. I'm a bit lonely sometimes because everybody's looking for something that looks conformed and normal and standard. And they're looking for somebody that looks like somebody else. And they're looking for somebody that looks like that. And they're looking for somebody they can bang and they can throw away and they can have a back burner and they can have it as an option and they can treat like shit and they can use and they can abuse and they can come back and pay no money to them, but they can take all their ideas and they can take all their credit. They can take all their content and they can use them and abuse them and throw them aside because that's what the systems are built on. Using and abusing, and we take your money and we take your ideas. Boy, it's been a fun ride. Until you came across me, and God made that my wild card. I'm the wild card. You ain't never going to sacrifice me. You ain't never going to put me in your story to make me be your character. I'm going to be exactly who I am. And I got codes. Boy, do I got codes. My codes are going to awaken every human on this planet if they so be it, because I am 100 with Source. And I'm pure, and I'm genuine, and ain't no man has touched me in 15 years. They ain't spread my legs. I ain't giving them nothing. I ain't gay. I ain't celibate. I ain't nothing but a celibate. And I said that from day one. It's about 15 years plus that I've been free. I've been free in my sexual energy, and it's owned by nobody but me. And I refine it, and I give love to it, and I honor it, and I understand what happens when you give it away and you abuse it. Because this planet has seen nothing but abuse and life energy since the children are not even big enough to walk. How okay is that? You've abused their life force before they can even walk. So what kind of a life and a destiny are they set up for? Have you even told them that they have a beautiful blueprint with Source created and a beautiful destiny? Have you told any of these children they have a destiny and it ain't in trafficking? That'll be the first thing that I say to every child coming out of trafficking as I help them out, and I will liberate them. I will liberate every child out of trafficking. That will be my destiny. And I will not leave here, and I will change quantum physics if I have to, because I am that ranked. The first thing I will tell them is that you have a destiny and you have a blueprint, and it's about being genuine and authentic with Source Creator, and you're going to feel who you are as spirit. And it's going to be out nothing you're going to get outside of yourself. It's all about you. You, dear lighted ones, you. I was sold over 200 times and ain't none of you gave me one penny. And you used me and you abused me. And you know what I was doing? I was healing. And I was getting codes. And I was alchemizing. And I was forgiving. And I was creating new stories. Because what I will be made of one day is there'll be movies and stories and books. And there'll be everything made of me. Because it's been nothing but my name and my purity of my heart, and only God is my story. And ain't nobody outside thing, no ain't inside nobody group, ain't no outside nothing. Ain't nobody been beside me. Ain't nobody gonna claim an ounce of me. It's been me and God, that's it. And I'm gonna tell every child, when you come out of wherever you are at and you think you're having a bad day, go to God. That's the only thing you got. That'll be your legs, God will be your arms, God will be your wisdom, God will be your imagination, God will be everything. God will be that spark of light that is within you. And when you breathe in and you feel the essence of light and you feel the essence of spirit, you feel the essence of all that moves you, that's God. I know God, people. It's been warped. It's been misogynized. There is no essence of feeling of compassion and humanity and connection. That's what's missing. That's why the systems are breaking. And everybody garnering it, everybody ruling it, everybody managing it is a masculine. Wounded. They're not healed. Are they healing their divine feminine energies? Are they lifting divine feminine? Are they protecting life at all costs? Some of them, yes. Most of them, no. Shadow government, you're coming down. You've done nothing to make anything right. This is my word. The shadow government knows exactly about the black web. They know exactly about it. Check the affiliation. Check the affiliated companies, Spirit. I want these checked. I want this investigated. The affiliated companies of those in the church and state, I want those checked on transport companies. I want you to check into the import and export. I want the companies checked. The politicians, the leaders, the elites, how many of their affiliated companies are import-export? I want this checked. I want numbers. Out of the North American continent, the ones that are leaders right now, how many of their businesses are import-export? Can I have a number? 64%. 64%, really. You know what I see right now? Would you like me to tell you what I see right now? Would you like me to tell you what I see right now? I see a whole bunch of people in their business suits throwing papers up in the air and scurrying out the door. That's what I see. And you tell me that you are on point. As you place your hand on the Bible and you say you have my name in your mouth about your story. I ain't never gonna be in your story, except for being the survivor. And I'm gonna liberate every child you have ever touched. And they will have their own story and they will be lifted. And they will have a voice in this collective like no other has had before. And we are going to have statues and we are going to saint. We are going to saintanize. We are going to canonize some of these children because they will survive and they will tell their story. And they will come up with healings that nobody has ever come up with. And I'm going to be the initiator. I'm going to be the instigator. I'm going to be the inspirator. This is my garden. And I am pure of the Holy Spirit. You come before me and you will be healed. If you so desire, what's your intention? Just to go along with every day? Or are you going to stand up and you're going to be true to who you are? What is your sense of self? Are you going to work with it? Are you going to work on it? You're going to be in it, the relationship of it, in of as spirit. Are you? These are your responsibilities, your accountabilities. And when you mess somebody over 1,000 times 100, you better bet you're going to be held against the wall like you should be. Because the forgiveness time on that end and grace is over. It's over. You don't get to sacrifice me 80 times. You don't get to sell me 205 because your bookie wants the money. You will never use me ever again. Not an ounce, not an inch, not a drop. And I will arise again and again because there are beings of the legions living through me. Celestials of all legions. Angelics of all realms. I've alchemized everything that can be alchemized. That was my job while you were out partying and having your sex orgies and your little escort parties and your little underground entertainment parties that you go and sacrifice and use and harvest people's energies. Guess what I was doing while you were harvesting off of me? I was healing and I was learning. Sitting on the streets, talking to Source and talking to Spirit. And praying and being light. Because it doesn't matter where I am, I will still be light. It doesn't matter where I will be, I will still be light. It doesn't matter where people will want me to be and what their stories are of me, I will be light because it's all wrong. Their stories about me are wrong. You don't know anything about me. I've been by myself for 15 years. Ain't nobody touched me, ain't nobody hugged me, ain't nobody given me nothing. Except for Source. And Source will rebuild me every night because I know and I believe and I see and I am that I am. Spirit is. I teach of Spirit. And so that is your reason to come and take me out. Because I'm going to liberate humanity into their higher selves and we're going to go into eternal life. And because of that, that upsets your apple cart. That upsets who you are as a misogynist and now you got to face who you are. Being the transgressor. Being the liar, being the one that's signing the papers that says, I want her gone, she's bad for business. I want you to face me, politician. I want you to face me in your gray suit. I see what you're wearing today. You're wearing a dark gray suit and a white dress shirt and a black belt and black shiny shoes. I want you to face me. You're turning around, I see you. You want me gone. There's nothing living inside of you but just darkness. It's a dark carcass. That's what I see. Nothing but darkness inside of you. There's nothing but darkness. There ain't nothing left. And it's only a matter of years before disease will take over your body. Because ain't nothing can live and ain't nothing can grow and ain't nothing gonna gain if there ain't no light and there ain't no love and there ain't nothing about love that I see in front of me. Except for the source still has a promise for you that if you want, even at the last second, you can see yourself as love and divine. But that's up to you. That's your intention. Or is it? What's your intention, dear lighted ones, as you walk forward every day? Are you going to have a relationship with spirit and life, or aren't you? Everything is spirit and everything is light. It's just a matter of quantum density and quantum malleability. Everything is source, all is source, all is source. Lucifer is source, Satan is source, it's all source. They're playing out the games through which manifesting that the humanity wants to see and know and feel. Manifesting of darkness and negativity, humanity wanted to see that side of it. Humanity wanted to say, I wonder what it's like to have a satanic ritual. Let's go have a satanic ritual. So God, their God produces a deity called Satan and Lucifer. You go play your games with Satan and Lucifer. You give your power away. You think you're going to be more powerful. You play these little games. You do your little rituals. You call upon whatever deity you can because you run out of deities to call. Because that's how down in the dark you are. And I ask you, if that's where you are, and if that's your higher game, and if that's your higher intelligence, are you sure? Because all of you are running in the wrong direction, and all of you are bumping into each other, and all of you are saying, hey, we got screwed. So how about you actually just get healed? How about you do that? How about you face who you are? How about you be accountability to who you are and what you've been? And how about you actually get some healing done? Because God's all things. God's all things. It's me, it's you. I mean, that's the whole thing about oneness, right? We're all one. Whatever story you wanted to learn, whatever story you wanted to explore, you wanted to explore the most darkness part of humanity, it's going to come out. We got to face it. And then what? And then what? Are we going to go into another 5 years of entropy by fighting each other in these dark ass systems about church and cult systems, the church and cult system and the church and state systems? There ain't going to run you nowhere but entropy. Because they don't have light. They're not aligning to light. They're not aligning to source. They're not aligning to the higher will. They're not aligning to the divine will's plan. Therefore, that's then. Where will it end you? Where will it end you? Then what? If you do the alchemy every day, dear lighted ones, you're going to find yourself in one or two states. You're going to find yourself on Epstein Earth, just following the program, or you're going to find yourself saying, no, I'm going to liberate myself. I'm going to call my own sovereignty. I'm going to start living in my own commandmentship. I'm going to be accountable for my vibration. And then you manifest anew. You intend anew. I intend to be my own commandmentship. I intend to be my own intention. I intend to be genuine. I intend to be authentic. I want to get to know my vibration, because my vibration is... it's infinite, it's infinite. I change life, I change life. I'm a healer, I am. Si amaka tiki, shi namakata tiki na a, si tiki namakata tiki, alan maneke tiki, si namakata tiki a, shi namaka. Ti amaka tiki, shi na a, te amaka. Don't ever let anybody outside of you give you any proposition about how sacred you are. They haven't even met you. They haven't even known you. They haven't even spoke to you, and yet they have a judgment on your sacredness. Where do they sit? Again, dear lighted ones, don't ever take on any outer statement about who you are. It comes from within. Say it, live it, be it. Be the vibration of who you are within the intention of God. Source creator, the sun, the moon, the gossamer web, the galaxies, the pulsars, the quasars, the quarks, everything in between is God, source. Do you have a relationship with source? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you look at the flowers and do you sing? Is that a relationship with nature and Gaia? The source in everything, sources, 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 sources. In my blood, in my blood, in my breath, I am source, holy, holy light. My codes are light, holy, sovereign light. I am light, I am light. I won't fit into any of your boxes because I'm the first one. And there's going to be many more after me, and I'm just going to be just an image. I'm just going to be an example, and they're going to go their own way, and they're going to be higher and brighter, and they're going to be more eclectic, and they're going to be more vibrant than me. I am the start. I am abstract, I am eclectic, and that's the way I want to be. You won't put me in your box. Don't define me.
just for your safety, so you can feel good about who you are because you want to be in a box. I don't want to be in a box. I'm infinite. Source made me that way. Why do you think I come from the fairy realm? Because all I want to do is play, and I know the earth, and I know the nature, and I manifest from the nature. I manifest. Everything's been held back. Why? Because there's been so many leeches in my field and vampires in my field and pocket watchers in my field. God's not going to release any amount of money to me. Why? Because these people will be nothing but 100 times over just attacking me for any dime they can get. Not as if they had enough of me. Not as if they already harvested me how many times? How many times has I harvested, Spirit? Into the thousands. Are you kidding me? I'm 54. Thousands? Welcome to my life. So don't tell me anybody that thinks they know me. You don't know me. None of you know me. Only God knows me, and God's going to lift me. My vibration is pure, and my vibration is ranked because I've earned it. And my lineage is breaking through. No more karmic stories on my lineage. We are clean. So do your hexes and your curses on somebody else. It ain't going to work. You're going to be pulled out by your own demise. Because those are the rules now. It's higher order. You want to know them? Universal laws, right? Use of free will and non-interference. Live it, love it, and be it. And you'll stay on this ride. Law number 2 is the law of balance, and you're following number 1. The law of balance is going to be right in there. If you are out of balance, you throw everybody else out. We are a unity consciousness now. We are a team of one. Are you in my garden, dear lighted ones? Because my garden matters. The soil matters, the water matters, the health matters. I matter, you matter. The quantumness matters. Why? Because quantum energy between the matter makes the matter the matter. Get it? Got it? We teach higher consciousness. You can always move on to another platform. But this is who I am. I ain't going to change. I am the queen of this land, and I am the mother. And I bring sacred healings, and I bring sacred nourishment. This is the truth. And I'm lifted, and I'm going to be as God says I can be. Because we need new teachings. It's about time. Jesus taught about multidimensional God, and I'm it. Multidimensional on every level. That's why you can't understand me. Because I'm multidimensional. I'm a conduit. I'm a seer. I'm one with God. I'm one with the threadings of God. The gossamer web. That's what I am. That's what I do. It's what I love. So allow me to be me, and I'll lift you. How about that? How about we have that as the new rule of the playground for today? Divine lighted ones. As you allow me to be me, I'm going to allow you to be you. Stay out of my lane, and I won't come in yours. Right? Use of free will and non-interference. Right? You stay in your lane, and I'll stay in mine. You force your way into my lane, and you force your way doing your little cults and covens and your little plots and plans, and you're going to be shown every time. Because there's a bajillion behind me. A bajillion. A bajillion. A bajillion. There's a bajillion behind me. Below me. Above me. Beside me. I'm kind of like the Elvis of this realm, if you want to know. Well, in the galaxy I am. The princess. I'm known as the princess in the galaxy. I'm the galactic princess here on Earth. In the galaxy, I'm known as princess, the princess. And I love to bring my flamboyancy. And I'm a surrogate mother to many of the children across the galaxy that don't have parents. And I teach them how to be playful and fun and connect with Source again. No matter where they are, and no matter what they've been born into and have experienced, they are one. And they can be creative and jubilant in such creativity and learn who they are as Source. And I'm bringing it to this planet because it's needed and required, because it is the most healing attribute that we have as humans. The 3 E's, that's all your soul cares about. I teach this to the Pleiadian children. 3 E's. Can you explore every day who you are as Source? Can you express who you are every day as Source? Can you experience who you are as Source every day? And what does that equal? Evolution. Will you evolve, dear lighted ones? How important is your evolution to your soul? Is your soul's progression important to you? It's going to show you every day. Yes, it's important to me. Well, then let's get busy. Let's get learning, light, wisdom, and intelligence. Because don't you want to be higher than 3D human hunger machines? Don't you want to be better than that? It's okay if you're not, then move aside. You can stop coming to my channel. Because we want those that want to be a part of creation and want to start creating and expressing and evolving beyond what was, with intention and devotion to who you are. Know thyself, children. You are very important to this creational reality. Where you come from, what experiences you have to offer here are very important. I've said from day one, you're all divine. You're all sacred. Who are you within yourselves? I feed you the manna. This is true vibrations. Church and state will not show you this. They will not give you the essence of God. I speak the essence of God. Codes going in every word I say. Why? Why do you think that is, dear lighted ones? Because God made me this way. I am love, I am love. God made me this way. I am love, I am love. Every word I say, I intend love, I intend love. You are loved, you are loved. Children of earth, wake up, wake up. Children of earth, you are loved. Shema kitike seanama etike shema a etike shema a sheananaka etikanamaka. You have poetry and you have stories and you have wisdom so deep. You come from the stars so wide and vast, the cosmic souls of all that you are, being born every day, remembering who you are anew, anew, anew. And in the stars you are born, and in the stars you will come, and in the stars you will fall and be born again. And onto the earth you have come in divine bodies of male and female. And you move and you navigate through beliefs and systems and perspectives, and it's all right and it's all true. This and that are true. And from the stars you will return, and from the stars you are, and from the stars you are born, remembering who you are. Within your heart you are all that you are. Divine human, O sacred human, remember who you are. Cosmic and divine, galactic and divine. Eternal and divine, universal and divine. O human, remember who you are. The poetry you have within you and the prose so wise, deep and eternal, you are the divine. Set your sides on that, dear lighted ones. Above and below you, around and beside you, there is only you and it's only love. May you remember where you come from. May we remember that you are love. May we all remember that we are one. Oh dear children of the stars, may we remember that we are one. If you are not tapped into who you are, it's hard to create. If you are not aligned with who you are, it's hard to create. You sit around and you look for ideas and none of them are yours. Because you're disconnected, go within, you are the stars. Go within, you are the stars. Holy children, remember who you are. Holy children, remember who you are. Holy children, remember who you are. I activate in love. I give you codes of love. Holy children, remember who you are. Stories and poetry, remember who you are. Sing your song of only your story. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. From the stars you're born, you'll never forget. You belong with Source Creator. You belong, you belong. Holy child and holy child, I love you, we are one. Holy child, you have just begun. From the stars you are born. Remember who you are. You were born from the stars. Remember who you are. My heart loves you, dear lighted ones. You are my children. The mother of the cosmos and the mother of the universe, you are all my children. May you love your bodies and bring good health and good cheer. May you know that you are all loved. From year to year and star to star, you are my children. Go in peace. and create, dear lighted ones. Express who you are. You are loved, dear lighted ones. You are loved near and far. The celestials are your family, the aliens too. The cetaceans and the wildlife, they all belong to you. When you are tapped in and you are turned on with your higher self and all that is, the creativity is infinite, and you just go, and you just are, the stars within. I love you, dear lighted ones. These poems are for you. Go and play, go and play. Play freely, play freely. Thank you, dear lighted ones. I love you. Is there any questions you'd like for the last few minutes? Holy Spirit, anything that would like to come forward? So many geniuses that are in the field today, I can feel them. You're creative geniuses. Never stop creating. Get out the pens and papers in your journals today. You're geniuses. Never underestimate who you are. We've just changed the earth today. We've changed the earth, we have. Give ourselves a little peace, the love that we deserve. When you're tapped in and turned on, dear lighted ones, you just start creating, and your higher self will just bring downloads of anything that makes you happy. You're just aligned in the love of God and Creator. And you can sing and you can dance and you can write books for as long as your fingers will allow you. I know some of you that are listening, and some of you are just passionate crafters and creators. And sometimes you hold yourselves in your rooms and you write until your fingers cannot write anymore. And you are the true crafters and you are the true scribes. And you're meant to be out front. You're meant to be sharing your gifts and your skills. And maybe you'll be philosophers out in the open teaching in the summertime. For all those that need to hear your wisdoms and need to hear your gifts. For every great master will always inspire another great master. That's why we're here, dear lighted ones. You don't need anything outside of you. Just create. Source is, you are, we are. Let's have an intention the last few minutes. Is there a message that anybody would like to hear? From the celestials, from their higher self, from their teams that love you so dear? Yes, you're stepping upon new frequencies. Your frequency has changed since before this class started. Can you feel it? You're more connected now than you were before. Your human tribe loves you, and they look for you and they seek for you through the vibrations that we emulate. Through peace and love and crafting and creativity and expression, creating things that have never been created before. New arts and entertainment. New philosophies, new healing and technologies and innovativeness. It's all within us, dear lighted ones. Create, draw, inspire. You're a new vibration now. Can you feel it? Somebody outside the door says, yes, yes. Sometimes my energy brings forward little bits and pieces of stardust from many timelines and many realms. And when Source says, just be you, be genuine. And all I really love to do is just to entertain in front of people as I did when I was a child. I used to play with puppets, and anybody that would listen, I would put on a show for them, and I would sing, and I would have stories, and I would just create. And things would just come out. I didn't have to write anything down, they would just come out. And Spirit said, just create. Just be you. Just be genuine. That's all you need. And there will be legions of beings that will come to you because it's something they've never seen before. It's not premeditated. It's not anchored in anything that's been presupposed or preordained or anything. No, it's just who I am in the moment of now. That's true creativity. When you're just centered in your allness, you're centered in your dodecahedron, you're centered in all that you are, is just loving to create. Remember what you did when you were a child. What did you love most? What were you most happy doing? Go there. Be that energy. Get your journals out. Get your painting out. Get your art out. You're meant to create and write and create and express your stories. And there will be many before you. You'll be surprised, you'll be surprised. And they'll come just for you and no one else but you. It's your vibration they ache for. It's your vibration they want to see. They want to feel it, they want to know it. It's all between you and me. It's called connection, it's called relationship. I will be all that I can be. I hope I am inspiration for you to be all that you can be. Holy light, holy light. Just be you, just be you. From the stars you have fallen. Just be you, just be you. You're here for new. Just be you, just be you. Star seeds of tomorrow. Just be you, just be you. Leaders of now. Star seeds awaken. You're divine. You're needed. You're beautiful. Shia Mamakata Ki, I bow between and all realms that you are on. I bow in your glory. Come forward and create, dear lighted ones. Creation is waiting for you. In that, dear lighted ones. It depends what part of the body that you're talking about. What part of the physical ailments would you like to know about? What part of the physical blocking? There's always an energy story beneath it. If it's a hip or a leg, there's always an energy story beneath it. You can do calisthenics and releasing trauma areas in the hips and we're going to talk about my next class. We're going to talk about that in the next class. Yeah, the blockages. And for Divine Feminine, I've noticed for Divine Feminine in the cultures and the areas, the ages above us, they have a lot of energy that is blocked within their hip flexors. There is no movement of energy at all in their lower chakras. That's why you see a lot of women that are, 60 and above, that are walking around with really bad posture and their legs and their hips aren't moving properly. So many women are walking around with malfunctioning in their movement. And there's flow yoga, and there's calisthenics that you can do with simple stretches and moves at the hip bone and your legs and your hip flexors. There's simple, easy stretches that you can do to start releasing that sexual trauma and that energy trauma that's held in your lower two chakras. I suggest that for every woman, as of course as every man too, but those that have blockages in those areas of stability, abundance, and you're finding that you're not working properly and you're not walking properly, I see women, just about every woman I see energy blockages in their hips, and there's no movement in their pelvis. There's so much blocked energy. And they walk around with canes and wheelchairs, and they walk around with all these things, but they don't need to. They can heal and release those energies. So I suggest, even in your 40s right now, if you can start doing the calisthenics and there's a lot of those really great, there's flow yoga that can release a lot of those energies in your pelvis and in your hip bones and in your high, where the hip connects with your hip bone, and start working on those stretches. And just slowly stretch. You can lift your leg up and stretch when you're in bed at night, and just have your hip slowly, and do it really slow. And there's lots of really great calisthenic exercises where you can release the energy that's in your hips and your pelvis. And just focus with your team, doing your healing sessions at night. If you want to book a session with me, paypal.me/Joanna L. Ross. You can book a session with me, and I can teach you kind of how to clear those energies, right? Clear the energies, clear it every night. Use your healing teams every night. Is there any questions anybody would like to ask? Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. I love you, everybody. Any questions? Stretch. Do your stretching every day. Your calisthenic stretches every day. Sessions right now are $150 till January 15th, and you can just book it through paypal.me/Joanna L. Ross. And just love yourself every day. Find, 3 times a day, just send yourself with your divine heart chakra and your solar plexus. Just send yourself just genuine self-love, genuine self-love, genuine self-love, genuine self-love. I love you. Thank you for listening. I love you.
Daddy got paid. Yeah, you can send me a payment. I also do payment plans for those that can't afford it. I always work those out for my clients as well. So just know that I hope the best for you. My intention is for everybody to be liberated and be sovereign within themselves. If I can survive what I did, I came from stark poverty, kind of, in my house. There has never been abundance and richness in my life. I've had to work 3 and 4 jobs and 2 and 3 jobs, and I've had to do extra to survive. So I understand what it's like. And if I can survive what I have and sleep on the streets and find that it's okay, and God's always going to protect me, and God's going to bring me my blessings and abundance when all of the pocket watchers are out of the way, and there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes on my contracts that I do have to wait for, because my contract is very unique for humanity. I'm one of the momentum. I'm one of the leaders in the collective. And so my contract does rely on a few other people, because God is giving them also a chance to be a part of the ride. But I also have to stand my ground, and I have to, for Divine Feminine, and I have to state that, I'm not going to keep being used. I'm not going to keep being on the back burner. I'm not going to be somebody's secondhand toy where they can come and, come towards me after they've chosen 8 or 9 different women, and their life is going to crap and their life's going to shit, and all of a sudden they dump their karma on me and I'm supposed to fix it. I'm not going to fix your karma. God won't let you. You're not going to come near me. You've all been told, everybody from the past, everybody from Calgary, you've made your bed. You've got to sit in it. I'm not going to come and save you. I'm not going to come and help you. I'm not going to pay for anything. You have to sit in your karma. You were all told for 8 years to stop doing what you were doing. You were given the consequences for 8 years. Everybody was told what was going on. It's illegal. The things they were doing are illegal. I have nothing to do with any of you. I have nothing to do with any of you. I've been on my own. I've been celibate for 15 years. I've been estranged for 8 years. I've been divorced, legally divorced. I have nothing to do with any of these people. So they need to sit where they sit. I'm not fixing any of their mess. I haven't been involved in any of it. They're just criminals that want to bring people's names in it because they're not accountable. Blockages caused by negative elements in life. Yes, so then you just, again, work with the daily practices that I show you. So clear your fields every morning. Get in the morning an hour for yourself, and at night an hour for yourself, and do your energy clearing. When you connect with your teams and you do your energy clearing every night, within 3 days, you're going to notice a difference. Do your energy clearing every day. And I show you how to do it. Right? You can do sound language. You can do sound and do your own light language. There's lots of meditations on YouTube for chakra healing. Do your meditations in the morning, clear your fields, clear your chakras, sit in meditation and ask for the downloads. Ask for the energies to come forward that need to be transmuted, and then do your daily path work. And I show you how to do that. My show teaches you how to do that. Right? If you want a private session, if you want to work on something specific or you want to connect with your teams, you can just call me as well. Right? So just book a session. And I've got some wonderful clients, and I'm really appreciative of all the people that send me donations and help me out. So I really appreciate that. I love you so much. I love all of you. I love all of you. I'm sending you love and sparkly and crystalline rainbow joy, rainbow joy, rainbow joy. Think about light and just think about connecting with God with light. That's all it really takes, is just your intention with light. Right? I love you so much. And share our channel, please. And we love you. And thank you for any donations that anybody would like to send by. I love you. I got to go. Bye.